everybody, John with Thomas Muse Guitars. I got a quick tip. For a long time, I used abrasives and understood the concept of going through the grits, but I always thought, I put that sort of bachelor with the oven theory to it. Like, you call your mom and you're like, Mom, how long does it take to cook a turkey? And she's like, 4 hours at 350, say. And so, bachelor mentality says, okay, so that's 2 hours at 700. And if I crank the oven up to 1400, I can get it done in an hour, right? But, there's a lot more going on there. And we all know that doesn't work. You end up with a fire, at best. With abrasives, I was always kind of the same way. They always said, work your way through the grits, work your way through the grits, work your way through the grits. And of course, I would jump from, say, 220 up to 400 grit. And, of course, you'd never get the scratches out, and you'd end up with okay results. But I'll tell you, to get a mirror finish, especially with finishing, when you're just sanding to wood, you can bring it to 220, 320 and be done before you put finish. But once you get the finish on it, if you want something smooth and you're bringing it up to a shine, you pretty much got to bring it up to 1500, 2000 grit, and you got to go through the grits. So what I do to that end, that was a lot of wind, but to that end, what I do is I have all the grits. Here I have 600 all the way up through 2000 grit. And I just cut little strips and I put them all in a little snack bag, right? And I just use it. I use these mostly for bone nuts because I like to bring my bone nuts up to a shine. That's how I get my nuts all shiny. And, I got a little bag, and once I wear this bag out, I could toss it or whatever, but I could make several of these up in the meantime. And what I just did this morning and what I've been doing, I have these tongue depressors. You can get these in the paint department over at Menards or any other place. These tongue depressors, and I put self-adhesive sandpaper on it, and I just write the grit on it. And then I just have these in a handy spot, and they're always ready to go. So now what I've done this morning is I've cut all the way through 2000 grit. So I'm going from 80 all the way to 2000 grit, and I'll have this handy. Now I'm not going to use these every time, always in the order, but I'll tell you, for bone nuts, it's a relatively short process. Once you get the shaping done with the 80 grit, you bring it up to 180 and you start taking those scratches out, and it's just it's just a few strokes with the proper grit, with the next grit up in line, and you can get shiny nuts just like I have. All right, so I hope this helps. I hope it saves you some time. I just cut up a bunch of stuff. So what I'm going to do, like here's an 80. I'm going to spend a little time this morning, maybe 10 minutes or so. And, the toughest part of this is, after you cut it, is taking the paper off the back. So I just take the paper off and stick it on one side. And then I'll take the paper off the other one, stick it on the other. Now I got a fresh 80. And these work great for lots of things. They're flexible, so you can get into the little spaces. All right, so that's my tip of the day. This here on my bench, this is a nice 1961 Fender P-Bass. Just a beautiful instrument. Plays real nice. It's got sustain for days. And I'm visited by a lot of really neat instruments. All right, Hope you're having a great day. Remember, every machine is a smoke machine if you don't use it properly. Peace out.